All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media, and my name is Judson Powell. I am the owner and the CEO of Capri Television. Check us out. We are on the Roku network, and it is KHEPRII.com. All right. Anyway, I want to talk about the upcoming election, and I'm going to keep harping on this because it is so vitally important. The first thing that you got to realize is that Donald Trump wants to be the dictator, the king of the United States of America. And there are a ton of people who support him in this effort. And I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to wake up, because all of these games, all of these political games, talking about even going back, people still bringing up the crime bill from Biden, from years and years and years and years ago, and all that kind of stuff. This ain't that time to do that right now. Because what's going to happen is you are going to be living in a dictatorship with Donald Trump as the dictator, and then you're going to be like sitting around like, what happened? And don't act like it can't happen, because there is stuff already going down the pike. Do you think, like, for example, Roe v. Wade was overturned? There are cases right now, that are going on where women are now being denied abortions, even in situations where it would kill them to have the baby. I'm talking about medically, supervised situations where they're saying, look, if you have this baby, it could probably kill you, or it'll make you infertile, or whatever. But they're being denied those abortions. This is happening right now, today, in the United States of America. They have basically repealed affirmative action. You cannot, you're not going to get into college, or you're not going to get a job or anything like that with affirmative action as a minority. And the minorities that have been hurt the most are actually white women. So don't think that this is just a thing for black people, or that I'm sitting up here saying, oh, black people got to do this. This is not a black thing. It's a civil rights thing. White women are going to be denied entrance into colleges and universities more so than anybody else now, because they were also using affirmative action to get placements into colleges and universities, which is not going to happen. They were also using affirmative action to get placements into jobs, into positions that's not going to happen anymore. It's not. And here's the other caveat to affirmative action is that there are other minorities out there that are going to get into colleges and universities and that are going to get jobs based on merit because they're just smarter, or that they just do better. They have better grades. They have better situations, and they do better in the positions that the employers are going for and that are hiring for. So it's gonna put and so now they didn't foresee that. I guess they didn't foresee that coming. So now they're trying to do things. That's what all of this thing with the anti-Semitism and all of that stuff. That's a lot of what it's about. Because unless you're like 100% on board, then they're going to try to find anything to be able to try to push you out of a position you're in. So all of the cancel culture and all of that stuff, and the anti-Semitic culture and all of that stuff that's going around, a lot of it is to be able to stifle people and to get them out of positions of power and authority. Has nothing to do with people, being anti-Semitic, because most people, let's face it, most people are not anti-Semitic. It's just something that they use and throw around, because look, I'm a black man, but they throw the N-word, or they throw that N-word around like it ain't nothing. I listen. We do it. We do it to ourselves, and then other people do it, and all kinds of stuff. And believe me, I've heard it many, 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 many times. So it is so why don't people cancel people when they use the N word? I'm just I'm just throwing that out there as a question, because clearly, if you use the N word, you must hate black people. Right? Wasn't there a basketball coach that was in a game, and I forget how it went down, but somebody used the N word, and he still got his job. They didn't fire him. They didn't say he was anti-black or whatever. So that's what I'm saying. It's always on a case by case basis. It's never across the board. And if you're gonna cancel somebody for that kind of thing, then you need to cancel everybody across the board, race, creed, color, be damned. Right? Because it's unfair, and it violates our rights. It violates the right to the First Amendment. People should be able to think and feel the way that they want to think and feel. That's just part of it. That's part of America. That's why there is no, and we keep on going back, and I got to keep harping on this, but there is no official religion in America. So our speaker, Mr. Johnson, who wants to make it a theocracy, a government run by the laws of whatever religion, he wants to make it into that. Well, that's not what America was founded on. And he has quoted, that's another thing. He's always quoting the founding fathers about this. When the impeachment things were coming up, he was, quoting the founding fathers ad nauseum, right? But the founding fathers didn't have a religion in the United States of America because they didn't want religious persecution, and they didn't want people to have to follow a religion. Because back then, Catholicism, the Catholic Church, ran everything. But that's not the case now, and everybody should be feel free to practice their own religion. And a lot of these right-wing conservatives, that's what they're doing. They're trying to force the Bible upon everybody, and everybody is not a Christian. Everybody in the United States is not a Christian. Everybody is not a Muslim. Everybody is not a Muslim. Everybody is not a Jew. Everybody is not a Hindu. Everybody is not a Buddhist. So that's the thing. Everybody should be free, which is what the founding fathers intended, to practice their own religion and to worship and praise and do whatever to the God that they chose. That's your right. Same thing. We don't have a language. There is no official language of the United States of America. So it's almost, it's comical to me when people go, "Well, you in the United States speak English." There is no official language of the United States. English is not the official language of the United States. It's just one of the languages that the colonizers spoke. There were also people that came here that spoke Spanish, that spoke French, and also that spoke other tongues that, in fact, a lot of them are still spoken here, or there are dialects of those languages that people still speak. So all of this stuff, like trying to force everybody else to be like you are, is wrong. And that's what Donald Trump wants to do as a dictator. He wants to dictate to you how you think, how you feel, how you speak, how you walk, how you talk, how you do everything. That's why they want to do away with the history. They want to do away with all these history books, and they want to do away with books that describe things, protocols in the government that were discriminatory. Even right now, they just the Navy Federal Credit Union, a report just came out where they allegedly, and I don't even know if it's allegedly now, I think it might have been proven, but allegedly they were like redlining against black consumers. Black consumers were not being approved for mortgages. And this is 2023, y'all. This is 2023, and that's still going on. And they're like, okay, well, if you buy a house in this neighborhood, they're not going to approve you for a mortgage. They're only going to approve you in areas where they're trying to either create a black community or create a black neighborhood. And that's the only places that they're going to actually approve your loan. So those are the type of things that are still going on. And those are the type of things that these people on the right want to keep going. Because they just want to keep the money, the power, the control, all of that. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep the money, the power, and the control. And that's what it is. So that's why you got these people out here supporting Trump. And then the rest of the Trump supporters are too dumb because they don't know, they don't have a clue. Because I know everybody's seen those things on the. It's like if you're alive and you haven't seen one of those things on the internet where they interview some Trump supporter and they have no clue about nothing that's going on and don't have any information, no factual information about anything that's going on. Literally no factual information. And I'm talking about these are, even when they got documents or they got court records, I saw like all those documents that were in Trump's bathroom, and the guy was like, oh, those are, he was supposed to have those. Stuff like that. And that's what they'll say. Oh no, or he's immune from prosecution and all this kind of stuff. Well, if he was immune from prosecution, then how did he get impeached twice? Just curious. I mean, and that's not what the Constitution says. I'm just being putting it out there. And Jack Smith, the special counsel in the investigations, has gone to the Supreme Court and asked them to make a ruling on that already, because he's like, look, well, let's not waste each other's time. If he's immune, then then rule that he's immune. If he's not immune, then let's move forward and let's do what we got to do in order to get this dude out of here. And he definitely needs to be out of there. We do not need a dictator. And I was looking at Michelle Obama's comment from the Democratic National Convention in 2020. And the same thing still holds true. He's not the dude to run the United States of America. Donald Trump is not the dude to run the United States of America right now. No matter how old Joe Biden is, no matter what the politics of Joe Biden are, he's still the better choice than Donald Trump. 100%, 100%. There's not even a doubt in my mind. And that's like when he first got elected. I never forget when he first got elected in 2016, and all my good Christian friends and stuff like that were calling me up about, well, we're supposed to pray for the leader and we got to give him a chance and all this kind of stuff. I said, there's no way I would give this guy a chance, period, because of the things that he'd already said. The things that he said about veterans, the things that he said about women, the disrespectful things that he said about reporters and all kinds of stuff. He's not even a good guy. Period. Or the lie, standing out front of a church with a Bible acting like you a Christian. Standing outside a church with a Bible don't make you a Christian, son. I'm sorry. Then there's, so if that's the case, then I don't, then their whole religion should be just upside down. It ain't even plausible. So that's what I'm trying to say. And then now the disrespect, like women, and I really hope that women wake up, because the disrespect that's being shown to women right now is uncanny. I mean, it really is. It's like you don't even have no rights, not even to your own body in the United States of America. That's where we are. That's where we are in 2023. You don't even have the rights to your own body. a man sitting in a building does. Fastest 15 minutes is up. Vote blue.